YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to another Basic Kustoms video and my first ever unboxing. Today we will be unboxing the Vibe Pulse 6C version 0 component speakers from Vibe. On the front of the box we have a nice visual of what the speakers look like, as well as the size of the woofers at 6.5 inches or 165 millimeters. The max power rating comes in at 240 watts. Going clockwise from the front, the right side again has visuals of the speakers. I bought this set from Max Motorsport for about 850 Rand or about 40 pounds in the UK roughly. Fun fact for those who didn't know, Vibe is a British company. Now, moving on to the back of the box, we get our first look at the marketing and the speaker specs. Feel free to pause the video here. We can see that this is a two-way component set. The most important specs is the minimum input, which is 40 watts RMS, and a continuous input at 80 watts RMS at 4 ohms. This means that these speakers will need an amplifier to drive them for the best results. Finally, on the last side, for those that are interested, you can go and check out their socials and website for more of their products and frequently asked questions. Now, we move on to the actual unboxing. Inside, you will find two speakers with their tweeter and passive crossover individually boxed. You also get an owner's manual with basic instructions on how to mount the speakers and tweeters in different configurations. It also shows you how to connect the speakers to either a head unit or an amplifier. Again, these speakers would perform best when running off an amplifier. Here we see the speaker cutout template for the pulse range. You also get a limited warranty of 12 months from your date of purchase. However, I'm not sure if this is an international warranty or if it is strictly for UK customers. Unboxing the speakers themselves, we see that they are individually boxed, which is a nice touch in my opinion. Opening up one of these boxes, we are presented with the speaker surround and grille, as well as the tweeter and passive crossover. Taking a closer look at the speaker surround and grille, we can see that the speaker surround has a nice brushed aluminium look to it with the black steel grille. Note, however, since this is a budget speaker set, the speaker surrounds are plastic. Moving on to the woofer itself, which will play the mid-range in the component set, we see that it has an IMPP cone made of a rigid polypropylene for better mid-range performance. The woofer is rated to play frequencies as low as 65 Hz. The magnet on the speaker is not that big, and with a mounting depth of 53 millimeters, it should fit most applications. However, some vehicles will need you to use adapters, also known as spacers, to properly mount these. On the magnet itself, we see that the speaker has been designed and engineered in England. However, it's made in China, as most electronics are. On the back of the magnet, we see that it has a nice cooling hole for the voice coil, and a touch I personally like is the nominal and max rating at the back, as well as impedance, which will assist if you ever plan on upgrading and selling these again. It will make the buyer's install that much easier. On to the tweeters. These are silk dome tweeters which will be playing the high frequencies such as the vocals in the component set. As this is a budget component set, these speakers are good compromise between cost, performance and sound quality. As you can see, the ends have been terminated really well, and the red and the black heat shrink is a nice touch. Looking at the tweeter itself, the housing comes with the Vibe branding. The tweeter in its housing allows you to tilt it in any direction you want. This is perfect for those who mount their tweeters in the corners of the dashboard, as this way the tweeter can face you instead of the sound bouncing off the inside of the windscreen. At this price point, I feel like this is a great feature to have for better sound imaging. At the back of the speaker or tweeter, we see the mounting holes of the tweeter and housing. And if you twist the speaker housing like an Oreo, you can completely remove the tweeter, which can then be mounted in most factory tweeter locations. Last but not least, we have the passive crossover. These have a nice, sleek look to them and are actually very discreet. Your crossovers are designed to separate the mids from the highs, allowing the tweeters to only play the frequencies they were designed to. A nice touch again is the heat shrink labeling and wire termination for easy connection. So, real quick, comment down below, would you purchase these speakers? And if not, what other components would you rather get and why? If you liking this type of content, please do consider subscribing, hitting that like button and maybe even the bell notification to be notified of future uploads. Okay, so full disclosure, it was at this point that I messed up, because in this second box is where all the mounting components are kept and I had to quickly reshoot, so I'm going to show you that now. So, opening the box, we see the same speakers, etc. However, in this box we get the mounting hardware. So if we just take out the woofer and grill, there we see the mounting hardware. Okay, first off, we get speed clips. Then we get round double-sided tape for mounting the tweeters. You get these round metal brackets and I'm really not sure what they are for. I don't want to lie to you. More speed clips. And lastly, screws of various sizes for the different components. Now there's no instructions that tells you which screws to use for which component, so I guess you'll just have to learn as you go. You also get these brackets for mounting tweeters. And lastly, these angled tweeter housings for better imaging with the tilt feature that I showed you guys earlier. And yeah, that's about it. So not bad for a budget set of component speakers. Again, I got these from Max Motorsport at only $850, and at the time of purchasing those components, they were the cheapest speakers the cheapest component speakers that I could find. The second cheapest was about 1,100 rand, and those were the Infinities. So yeah, that's it for the unboxing. Yeah, I was trying to give a thumbs up, but I got confused. And on that confusing note, I love and leave you guys till the next one.